While Ritsuka's dad's phone was charging, she saw on her dad's phone that she couldn't go home, and that's why she stayed there. Sato pitied her and said that it was okay now. He said that she could come with them to their base because it's much safer there. But Miki immediately said no to this. She reminds Sato about their mission to collect zombies and take down the RWCs. While Ritsuka is worried about what Miki said about collecting zombies, Sato argued about why would they not take Ritsuka. Miki answered that if she were normal, she would welcome her with open arms, but since zombies don't attack her, it should be fine to stay here. But then, this guy tried to guilt-trip Miki, saying that, is she really okay leaving a little girl here? You're lucky you were loved by Shadomex. Miki then asked, what kind of group is the RWCs? Sato said that they were a martial artist with a question, meaning they are humans. Ritsuka may be safe from zombies, but for humans, she's not. Sato gasped from realization. Miki continued, this same goes with Awasa, and the others in the department store. Those mindless zombies won't enter the department store, but humans can and will. Sato remembered what they did in the past. She was right. If they don't gather an army, he should know what will happen if the RWC comes. But then Karin butted in, saying that not only do zombies leave her alone, but she can stop them. Making everyone in silence. She explained her point. She stopped a zombie by ordering it. Not only do they don't attack her but she can order them too. This made Ritsuka scared, but then Sato stepped in, protecting her, and argued that they still don't know for sure if she can command them. Though she stopped the zombie earlier, that doesn't mean it always works. Then Karin asked if it was just a coincidence. Instead of arguing, Miki said that they should just test it. Miki said what Ritsuka's been worried about, that it's scary not knowing if she can do it. Ritsuka admitted this, but Miki reassured her, she won't get hurt, and since she's worried about what happened back there, they should test it. Whether or not she could control the zombies or not, what's more important is that she won't be scared anymore. Ritsuka, while her voice is shaking, she asked if it didn't matter if she couldn't do it. Miki reassured her, if she can't do it, they won't bring the topic out ever again. With enough courage, she agreed to test it. Miki stands, smiling brightly. Since they are surrounded by zombies they are short in time, but this is for Ritsuka. Besides, they already have a tied-up zombie on hand. Miki asked for Sato and Karin's help. While tying him, Sato couldn't help but worry. Zombies don't attack Ritsuka, so they should leave her here. If they don't do this the RWCs will come. It's better to test if she can control it or not to allay her fear. But for some reason, he had a bad feeling about this. Finally, the zombie is now fully tied up in the locker. Sato and Karin sigh in relief. Miki moves towards Ritsuka. She said that the zombies were trying to attack them, but they couldn't. She reassured her that it was safe and they were out of his reach. Now the real test will begin. Miki said that she should say stop and don't move and said that it's just a test. And so, Ritsuka followed and shouted don't move. But the zombie still moved. Was it a coincidence after all? Miki came close to her ears and said that it was serious this time, and tried to imagine Sato being attacked. Ritsuka remembered Sato's kindness. With her eyes watery, she shouted stop. To everyone's shock, the zombie completely stopped. It seems that she could stop a zombie, and it's not far off from the mark. Sato noticed Miki's eyes and her intentions. The bad feeling he felt earlier, and Miki's behavior and expression. She is planning to use Ritsuka to capture zombies. Suddenly, a loud bang was heard on the door. This proceeds with multiple banging on the door. Behind the door are zombies. The banging became louder. Why are the zombies here when they lure the zombies out? Miki answered that they probably came back, while Karin said that they weren't that quiet to begin with. Maybe they heard their voices or footsteps. From the noise, Karin can tell how many zombies are there. This surprised Sato, but more importantly, the zombies can't break down the door anytime soon. Karin asked what the plan was, but this made Sato gasp. He overthinks that Miki will use Ritsuka. If she does that, he has no choice but to stop her. His mind is filled with his own worries, but Miki shouts at him, snapping him back to reality. It looks like Miki already planned this beforehand. Sato ran towards where his bag was and took out a laptop. With the laptop on hand, he turned the drone on, making a sound that Ritsuka doesn't know. Using the drone's camera, they got a live video outside. There's a total of 5 zombies outside, and using the drone, he lured the zombies away. 3 C-class zombies followed the drone as planned. Miki shouted at Karin. Ritsuka is worried about this, but Sato told her it's alright, she shouldn't worry about them. Karin opened the door and kicked it open. The zombies saw Sato sitting there alone and ran towards him, not knowing that there's a rope beneath them, tripping them. They tried to stand up, but they were stuck in a tarp coated with double-sided tape. Karin rolled them and tied them both, capturing them completely. This surprised Ritsuka. In the truck earlier, Miki planned to use small drones placed in the hull so that if zombies came to them, they could use the drones to lure them away. While if there's a zombie they can't lure, they'll use the tarp. Karin asked Sato to help her move the zombies around the corner. While moving them, he noticed a familiar scar on one of the zombies. The scar belongs to Ishigari Akira, one of the fighters. He wasn't supposed to fight. That's why he's in his civilian clothes. He only came here to watch. This makes him their second A-class zombie, but 2 isn't just enough for Miki. They should get 5 at least, and it should have him. Then, Ritsuka asked why they were capturing zombies. Since they haven't explained why they are there, they took their time to explain it to Ritsuka. Even she couldn't believe that there are world martial artists attacking people, but they can't deny the report they got. For Miki, It's stupid that people attack each other, but they can't do anything about that. Since they're a small group, the others couldn't protect themselves either. That's why they have to gather strong zombies to protect them. Ritsuka got it, but Sato, acting like a scaredy cat, told them that they already have two and that they have Ritsuka. For him, this much should be enough. But Miki won't be going anywhere without Sekigahara. Ritsuka was alarmed by this because she saw where he was. When she was still confused and didn't know what was going on, she looked around and noticed someone in the ring. And that's Sekigahara standing on the ring. Sato was about to cry when he heard this. Hope sparked within him, hoping that he would still be alive. But Miki denied this. If he were alive, he should have escaped by now. It was just him and his habit. He was about to fight. He was heading to the ring, and he's just waiting for his opponent. This touched Sato and made Karin excited. If they have him, they could push back the RWCs and have the strongest zombie in the country. But the fact that he's standing in the ring only means trouble. Sato and Karin are confused about why Miki said that Sekigahara being in the ring is a problem. She explains that she assumed that he would be in the waiting room because the commotion started before the match. If the zombies appeared indoors, people would flee outside or find a safe place outside, so all the fighters should be in the waiting room or in the halls. If the zombies were inside a small waiting room like theirs, they could close the door and capture him without worrying about the zombies in the hall. And if the zombie is in the hall, they could lure them into the waiting room and use the door trick from earlier. That's why these are the core of the plan. However, Sekigahara is in the ring, a large and wide place that can cover up to 5,000 people. The problem is that their target is in the center of the whole arena, which had 10,000 zombies in total. In a place this big, he could avoid any traps. Sato thinks about it and suggests that we lure him into the hall. However, because of what happened earlier, the zombies are in the hall. If a zombie suddenly came while they were trying to capture him, they'd be surrounded. That's why they need to lure those zombies into a room close by and safe, but there are no such rooms in the arena. Then, Karin nonchalantly said, why can't they just lure him out? Since Takeshi is waiting for the opponent, can't they just use the drones to lure him out? Karin suggested. It could work, but if he came to the ring when he became a zombie, luring him out would not be easy. Then, Ritsuka expressed her concern. It was about a month ago that some zombies were still in the stand, and most of the doors were open. Not only will they think about the zombies in the arena, but some will even come from outside. Since they still don't know if they could lure him out, they could not use any traps, and there are zombies in the arena while there are more zombies waiting outside. This made Sato shout because it looks like they're stuck in a dead end. But it looks like Miki has a plan for this. However, looking at her members, it will be risky. Having that in mind, she told them her plan. Using her phone, she pointed where they'd be fighting. This worried them, because where they'll be fighting is none other than the ring. She explained that if he won't leave the ring, they'll take advantage of that. They will use the ring as their safe zone. She continued to tell them her plan. However, this made them more worried. Sato doubts if he could do it, while for the first time, Karin is actually against the idea. However, they have no choice because there are only 3 of them, and on top of that, she's risking her life too. And she wants Ritsuka's help. Ritsuka clenched into Sato's clothes. With her determination, she told them that she'd do it. Miki asked how about Sato, will he also risk it? Even a little girl like Ritsuka is willing to risk herself. Ashamed of himself, he slapped his cheeks and made up his mind to do it. Miki then announced that the operation to capture Sekigahara will now be executed. They chose to go to the participants' entrance as a route because not many zombies are there. They used the drone to scout ahead, lure the zombies, and slip in. The route they decided to take was the safest of them all, repeating the process of luring and slipping in. They managed to arrive at their destination, which is the participants' entrance. They walked in and were immediately greeted by Sekigahara, who was standing in the ring like a statue. With their determination intact, they made their move.